se fáilhaim a bhlíó.
Lucht éisteachta agus a bhíon uaisle mar a táthaí. Cuidir mórta bharín.
Bigam letaná.
Suantrathe lulbhaid agus bersús brítá le suantrathe a gaic mé áirithe ach tá rud eile bhain le suantrathe stólam as ná ceola bheith bra sochma.
To a call.
Dr. Frederick William O Connell, Assistant Director of the Dublin Broadcasting Station, was knocked down by a motor bus on Saturday evening and killed instantly. The occurrence took place at the junction of Pembroke Road and Lansdowne Road. Dr. O'Connell, who lived at 30 Upper Mount Street, Dublin, was crossing the thoroughfare at Pembroke Road. A tram was proceeding towards the city, and he crossed in front of it and was struck by the motor bus, which was also driving towards the city, and had passed out in front of the tram. The tram apparently obscured the view of the bus, though another suggestion put forward is that Dr. O'Connell crossed in front of the tram, with the view of catching the bus. Instead, however, he was struck by the vehicle and thrown for some distance along the road. The bus, which was owned by Mr. McMahon of Monkstown and driven by Percy Miller, was pulled up immediately. People ran to Dr. O'Connell's assistance, and the Pembroke Fire Brigade ambulance was rushed to the scene and brought the injured man to the City of Dublin Hospital. On arrival there, he was found to be dead. The fatal accident has added yet another to the ever-increasing list of motor bus fatalities which have taken place in Dublin. The news of Dr. O'Connell's death was learned with feelings of profound regret in widespread circles in Dublin. In Irish literary circles, in particular, there was no better known or popular writer than Conall Cearnach, a nom de plume under which Dr. O'Connell sometimes concealed his identity. Dr. O'Connell was the son of the late Reverend Canon Morgan O'Connell, rector of Clifton, County Galway. Born on the 22nd of October 1876, it is a sad feature of his untimely death that within the last few days, many of his colleagues in the broadcasting station and in literary circles had been congratulating him on his forthcoming 53rd birthday. He had a distinguished career. Educated first at the High School Dublin, he entered Trinity College Dublin with entrance prizes in Hebrew and German. He was Bedell Scholar in 1896, Kyle Prizeman in 1897-98, won several board prizes, and was also a classical prize winner. He was editor of Antúrapach 1901-1902. He took his BA with honours in modern literature in 1900, Divinity Testimonium 1902, BD in 1907, MA 1908. He was Fellowship Prizeman in Classical and Semitic Philology in 1909 and Doctor of Literature in 1915. He took orders in 1902 and acted in the curacy of Newton Forbes, County Longford, and also at Drumshanbo, County Leitrim. He was rector of Castle Connor, County Sligo in 1905, and was afterwards rector of Achan Rye and canon of Kilmovee. At the time of the establishment of the Queen's University Belfast, he became lecturer in Celtic languages in that institution, but later resigned the appointment on account of his wife's health. He was extern examiner to the National University from 1914 to 1919, and again since 1923. He acted as advising examiner in Irish to the Intermediate Board of Education from 1908 to 1913, and also acted as examiner in Irish to the Intermediate Board of Northern Ireland. He was a learned and prolific writer, and in addition, a man of rare linguistic accomplishment. His publications included The Midnight Court, 1909, selections from Keating's 3 Shafts of Death, a grammar of Old Irish, an Irish corpus astronomiae, the writings on the wall, Gerda, Brereru, Don Quixote, the aphorisms of Johannes Damascenus, the poetry of the Koran, the age of whitewash, the fiend that walks behind, old wine and new, Irish self-taught, and he also contributed to Hermathena, the Gaelic journal, Ban Beloved, archaeological journal. About 3 years ago, he was appointed Assistant Director of Broadcasting at the Dublin station, and here he had demonstrated his wide linguistic ability. He had broadcast from the 2RN station messages and greetings in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Polish, Danish, Norwegian, Esperanto, Hindustani, Arabic and Persian, as well as in the different branches of the Celtic languages. Under his direction, correspondence was carried on with other radio stations in as many as 10 languages. He married first Helen, daughter of the late Henry Young, of Nina, County Tipperary, and had 4 children, all of whom survive. He is also survived by his second wife, whom he married 3 years ago. His death will be deeply deplored by his many friends and admirers. The funeral of the late Dr. Frederick William O Connell, who was killed in a motor accident in Dublin last Saturday, took place yesterday from Clifton Church to the burial ground at Balnakill, Moyard. There was a service in the church conducted by the Reverend Canon Nash, Rector, Galway. The funeral was a representative one, mourners attending from all the surrounding districts. The cortege left Clifton at 12 o'clock. The clergymen who attended and conducted the service at the graveside were Canon Nash, the Reverend J. Duke of Moyard, the Reverend S. Manning of Roundstone, and the Reverend Mr. O'Shea, as well as the deceased doctor's father, the Venerable Archdeacon O'Connell, Clifton.